Hello and welcome back to the She is Courageous podcast. This week's episode could be seen as a little bit spicy, which isn't my usual style, if I'm totally honest with you, and if I'm even more honest, is not my intention. My intention is always just to be really honest about what I see, what I hear, how it's playing out, and how I can help you with that. And I want to talk this week about something that is everywhere. I wanted to say right now, and it is right now, there's a bit of heightened awareness around it, but it's always around us, and it's passive income. Let's just throw it out there. Passive income. I want to talk about passive income, right? Because it's the dream, yeah? Everybody wants to tell us that the ultimate dream is to build passive income. Make money while you sleep. Work less, earn more. Live like a nomad and be a millionaire. I mean, it's everywhere. There's all these faceless accounts on Instagram telling you, faceless, that they're making thousands of dollars a day without even showing their face, just with beautiful pictures and great quotes. And it sounds incredible. Except I want us to be really real, because it's not entirely true. Now, I am not calling people liars, and I need to put that out there right now. This is where this could be spicy. I'm not trying to be spicy. I'm trying to keep it real. Passive income is a bit of a myth, and that's what I want to talk about today, because I am tired of seeing posts from coaches, mentors, whatever they call themselves these days, selling the idea that it's really easy to build a passive income business. That's what everybody should be aiming for. And actually the reality is so different. Now, that is not me saying that recurring revenue and scaling income streams are not brilliant, because they absolutely are. What I am saying is, it is my belief, and therefore I'm sharing this belief, that there isn't actually any such thing as true passive income. And it's not as easy as it's portrayed on socials to find what you love, what you can help with, what people need, and monetize it and scale it in such a way that you create passive income in weeks, months, even years. And I'm going to explain why. So I guess I am challenging the statement of passive income, because true passive income, I just squeaked them. Because true passive income would be creating income, receiving income for something that you are no longer putting effort into. And if you've bought into the passive income dream, which, by the way, I have in the past, and I still have aspirations to create ways for me to generate income that require less of me over time, less and less of me. So if you've bought into that, I am not saying don't seek to understand how you can do that. I am not saying there are not ways to scale your business. I am not saying there are not ways to create recurring revenue. But if you felt like you were failing because your passive income isn't rolling in effortlessly, as so many would tell you it will, then this one's for you today. Because basically what I want to do is break down some of the myths, because there are a lot of myths, and there are a lot of myths because they're being marketed as the reasons that you should part with your money, because people want to tell you how you can create passive income. And I am saying that's not the whole truth. So here's the myths I want to break down. And again, I always keep this short and sweet. So if you want to reach out after listening to today's episode, please do, because I can help you create ways to build a business, scale a business, create recurring revenue. That means you can live the life that you want to, but I'm not going to sit here and promise you millions in passive income without any effort. Because here's the first myth. People need to be really real about the upfront work that goes into creating any form of passive, what we should really call semi-passive income. People love to sell the idea that you can create a course and then you won't have to work anywhere near as many hours. You can create a course, pop it online, and everyone will buy it, and the money will come rolling in. Or you can launch a membership, and ultimately you just got to show up and give a bit of value. But it's just a numbers game. The more people you get in, the more money you make, and that's passive. That's not passive, by the way. Semi-passive, but not passive. Or, write an ebook. Everyone can self-publish these days. Write an ebook and watch the royalties come rolling in. By the way, I know people that have written like proper books, and I don't mean that rudely to ebooks. I mean, I'm all for an ebook. I know people that have written full-on, fully published through publishing houses books, and the royalties don't just roll in, okay? But here's the bit that people don't tell you, and I think this is what I'm actually talking about here, the upfront work. A lot of work goes into anything before you see a single penny. A lot. And it's not just the creation of the thing. You have to create the product, and that means you've got to set up tech and you've got to have sales pages, but you have to have an audience. And for the kind of passive income that people talk about these days, you have to have a big audience, a big committed audience that love what you do, that love you. You've got to have brilliant messaging. It's a lot of work up front. And the truth is, I'm sorry to burst some bubbles, but it doesn't always come for everybody. And it certainly doesn't come as quickly as many would have you believe. So let's just be really clear about this myth that you can just create something, pop it out there, and you will create passive income. Well, you need to be really clear about your expectations of that passive income. Because if you're okay with maybe making $50, $100, a few $100s, you can do that quite quickly. But actually, if you do that really quickly and you don't put in the upfront work, that's not going to be a product that people are going to sell for you. And that's not going to bring in money rolling in effortlessly. And that brings me to the second myth, and that is the ongoing marketing that is required. If passive income was truly passive, no one would be running Facebook ads. No one would be posting on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. No one would be launching challenges to sell their passive products this year. You don't just build it and they will come. You have to constantly remind people who you are, what you do, that your product exists. You have to update the content and keep it relevant. You have to be there for your clients who may buy it and then want to come back on something. It is an ongoing process. That's not passive. And this is the other thing. This is this piece about so many people get discouraged. I see so many incredible business owners spending thousands on building so-called passive income models, only to feel completely deflated when it doesn't work the way that they had hoped, when they have been sold a dream that doesn't come. And here's the worst bit, and this is, I need to break this myth now, because then what happens is they think they've failed. They think they've done something wrong. They think that they're not good enough. And that's not the case. There are some brilliant products out there that don't make hundreds, let alone thousands, let alone the millions. Because so much goes into this, because passive is an incomplete version of the story. So I guess what I want to say today is, if you are chasing the elusive passive income, I want to challenge you to change your mindset, to change your thought process, to change what you are looking at and what you focus on. Because what we need to do is all be able to create scalable, sustainable income revenues in our business. I don't want anybody working all the hours and burning out. I don't want anybody working hours that aren't actually enabling them to live the life that they want to live. But I do want people to be realistic. I will always be honest about it. If you've got big aspirations, you are going to have to put in big work up front. And you are going to have to maintain that somehow. So let go of passive income. Semi-passive, yeah. Or recurring revenue, yeah. Leverage income, yes. But there is no such thing as truly passive income. And if that is what you are holding on to, and if you are telling yourself that if you just find the right product, if you just find the right people, then you will create passive income that comes along while you sleep, then you need to kind of have a reality check. Because, hey, I love it when I wake up in the morning and I've had an invoice paid or someone has bought something, but it doesn't just happen magically. So here's the stuff to focus on. Recurring revenue is great. Not worrying about where the next dollar, pound, dirham is coming from is a wonderful feeling. Subscriptions, memberships, retained client work, they are recurring revenue. That is when you are getting paid consistently for work you have already done or do, and I'm going to talk about leverage, but continue to deliver without having to create new all the time. That is great. That is fabulous. And digitally, that can be for work you've already done. So think about how you can create recurring revenue in your business. Absolutely. Semi-passive income, not passive, not fully passive. Got itchy nose. Semi-passive income, courses, ebooks, affiliate marketing, they absolutely generate income over time, but they require you to keep, going to use the word that no one likes, selling them, marketing them, talking about them, telling people what you've got, telling people why they should, why this will help them. That's semi-passive because they still require input. Even if the product exists, they still require a level of input to keep people wanting it. And of course, there's leveraged income. What do I mean by leveraged income? We've seen a lot of this over the last few years. Group programs, high value offers, masterminds and things. Ways to earn more income without trading every single hour for money. And these are great things to do if they are right for your clients and right for you in terms of delivery. There was a big wave of kind of everyone creating group programs and masterminds. And I think there is, please note my words, I think my belief is that there is a little bit of cynicism in the world for these, but they are the way to leverage income. Delivery to more people rather than individual offers to individual people. But I want to just be really clear about some truth here. The most successful people who are utilizing the term passive income, they are actively selling, they are actively marketing, they are actively refining their offers every single day. They are showing up, keeping themselves on your radar. They're showing you their life as well as their business. They are nurturing their audience all the time. They are making it work, and kudos to them. I don't have any issue with that. But that's not passive. It is scalable. So have you bought into the passive income dream? Did it work for you? Please let me know if you think I'm wrong. I am open to that. But if you also had an experience where you realised that there was a lot more work than had initially been suggested, I just want you to know it's not you. Passive income is like the ultimate goal these days. Of course it is. But I just want us to keep it real and have a moment of remembering there is no such thing as truly passive income. But I will say, if you want to build something that is sustainable, that is scalable and aligned with your goals, I believe that is totally doable. I 100% believe any one of you listening to this right now can do that. So the dream is achievable, but you might just need to shift some of your mindset on how you get there. I'd love to know your thoughts on this.